through their best minds at Malcolm. He defeated them all because with what he was taught to think outside of the box of Western education. And let me tell you, as long as we think inside the box, we will be controlled by the master of the box. He who gives us the diameter of our knowledge prescribes the circumference of our actions. So the enemy knows after teaching us, he knows exactly what we are going to do, and he knows what we are not going to do. You have never been given an equal education.
Thank you.
And they who educate you know that you will never be able to master them with the education that they've given us. You need another form of education, something bigger and better than the American educational system. So when I met Brother Malcolm, coming to the third year of college, I didn't graduate. So what happened, Bertrand? My girlfriend got pregnant. And I was in college and I was taught by my mother to be a man. As long as she was expecting, I couldn't stay in college. I had to go to work to feed her and the new baby that was coming. She was my childhood sweetheart. And 10 days ago, we celebrated our 59th wedding anniversary. In about another 7 months, Brother Farrakhan is going to be 80 years old. Now, what is it that we know that got us looking so good? And what is it that you don't know that got us not looking so good? The enemy is killing us in ways that we do not understand. Now, when I was coming up, there was no McDonald's.
Woo!
There was no Burger King, no Wendy's.
None of that.
No Peppi's, no Pizza Hut. Popeyes too. Yeah, Taco Bell, name them. And Mama used to go to the market and buy food, and the food was different back then. A carrot today don't have what a carrot had 50 years ago.
Right.
In fact, there were no health food stores in those days. Your energy came from the food that your grandmother and your mother cooked that you ate. But today, the food is so denatured, after you eat it, you still got to go to a health food store and buy some pills. You call them vitamin pills. What the heck is this? The vitamins that you need is not in a pill. The vitamin you need is in good, solid food coming from good earth. But how much earth do you own?
0.
See, we're dependent on somebody else to feed us.
That's right.
Now look at this group here. Do you know, are there any pastors in the house? Reverend?
No.
Oh, don't be bashful.
One right here. One right
Thank you, Reverend. Where?
Right here.
Thank you. Reverend, listen. We have to pool monies and start buying as much land as we can get our hands on. All in the Bronx and in Harlem, you have vacant lots, houses that are not doing nothing. Well, you know, brothers are out there slinging drugs. It's not their fault.
That's right.
They've been herded into a behavior that is destructive to self and destructive to the community. You don't bring no drugs in.
That's right.
Somebody's bringing them in. That's right. We don't bring the guns in. Somebody's bringing them in. So look at how tribal warfare got us. In Chicago, it's about 168 gangs in just one part of town. And you say, ain't that a shame? Well, sometimes as Baptists we become a tribe. As Methodists we become another tribe. As Episcopalians, as Catholics, we become a tribe. So all the tribes are in their little places, and we say we are better than the next tribe. So they got us all divided against ourselves, when the problem is, how can we form unity? Because unity on the basis of truth will solve 95% of our problems. And that's why the enemy works hard to keep us divided against ourselves. So to all of our brothers who may be using drugs or selling drugs, John Kennedy's father, Joe Kennedy, he became an ambassador to the United Kingdom. But he lived a criminal life, Yeah. During Prohibition, he was selling booze.
Right, teach.
And I gotta say this, after he was selling booze and Prohibition ended, by that time he was a rich man. He bought huge buildings, real estate, land, and he gave all his sons millions of dollars. He parlayed the money from criminal activity. And now we had a president from that family, 2 senators from that family, all from illegal money. Now, I can't blame you, if you're trying to survive. But see, if you're trying to survive, and I'm trying to survive, and brother over here is trying to survive, and we fighting each other, suppose we sit there. I can't bring the money to the bank, but then they'll know I'm doing something strange. But as long as I'm fighting my brother across the way, then we'll never be able to pool our resources like Mr. Kennedy did. But if gang number A met with the leader of gang number B and gang number C and said, look, man, we need to stop this. Our people are suffering. Let's put our money together and buy some of these buildings that's torn down in our city. You don't have to live the way we're living. There is another way. But as long as you don't see another way to do it, you got to do what you got to do. But when you do it, there's Rikers Island. When you do what you think you got to do, there's a federal penitentiary. So, and you look at how hard it is, for powdered cocaine, we might get, a little light smack on the wrist. But crack cocaine, they lay a 5-year hype on you. Now, you might be having your weapons with you today. I understand. But Lord have mercy, if you get stopped. All right, come on, we're searching. Everybody. Pat you down. What is this? This Negro got a gun. Well, either you get shot, and most of the time we might get shot just for having a gun. Then they say, well, you don't have no license for this, do you? No, I don't have no license. Well, good, you're going to do 3 years at a minimum. Come on with us. So after you've been charged with a felony, now you can't vote. See, that's how you get young black people in jail and take away whatever little rights you thought you had as a citizen. It's gone now.
Right.
So when you come out of prison after doing your little time, they know you'll be back. They just dust off your cell and put your name on it. He's coming back. And you come on out here and say, well, man, I'm going to try to go straight. Because everybody goes straight when they're in prison, You got time to think about God, you know, and get the Holy Ghost. And then when you come out, you trying to go straight, but nobody got a job for you. When you go somewhere to get a job, you got to put down on your application that you were arrested, you were sent to prison. Then they say, we're sorry, we can't hire you. So what do? You're right back where you were before, and then you end right back up where you were before. See, this is a game that is being played.
Right.
And it's robbing black people of the little bit of citizenship and rights that you thought you had.
Right.
Most black people talk about the 13th Amendment that conferred citizenship on us. And listen, they never asked us. Sam, do you want to be a citizen? He didn't say nothing. Suppose he said no. I want to go back home. You know, we used to think like that. Remember the ship Jesus? The first ship that brought us here was a ship named Jesus. So the people would go down to the shore and they would say, you can have all this world. Just give me that ship Jesus to take me back to my native land and people. When Elijah Muhammad wrote, little did we know that it would be 400 years before the real ship Jesus, God in person, came to wake us up and bring us back to ourselves. So in the meantime, here we are, robbed of name, language, culture, religion, history,
Everything.
messed up. And here you think that you were found in some jungle in Africa swinging in trees. I just read even somewhere where they called some Jewish person called Jesus a monkey. Yeah. I said, wow. I said, he must have been black. Because that's the way they talk about us. A young lady was at the Democratic convention. She was on her camera, and somebody took some peanuts and threw it at her. This is how we feed the animals.
That was a Republican.
They don't see you as human.
Right.
White folks, how do they see us?
Zero.
They see us like animals.
Right.
And if they kill us, hey, they can go home and eat with their family. They don't have no pain, no shame.
None.
Just one more of us gone that they don't have to worry about no more. There's no conscience. There's no feeling for us. And the worst thing about it, we don't have no feeling for one another.
That's right.
That's even worse than they're not having any feeling for us.
Good teaching, brother.
So you need to know yourself so you can at last love yourself. Well, I'm going to